Hello, this is Fuzzy Wingman. I am back. I'm playing a mission I haven't really played. Domination. I say I haven't really played. I haven't played. Period. So I'm gonna try it out. I got some Ork Kommandos and some Sisters of Battle. No new models painted there. Besides, maybe you can see a little bit of terrain. Finally got some updates. Kind of quick paint jobs on them, just to really get them camera ready. You know, the whole rule of, you could say, from distance to from camera to terrain needs to look okay, and hey, I think they look good enough for that. Good enough to use. I got some other terrain that I would love to try to get that done, another quick job. So hopefully I'll be able to get to it, and hopefully I get new models painted because, well, I have models primed and ready to paint. I just gotta paint them. And I'm talking about for kill teams that would be good. You know, that I've not used. Just reminds me, as I'm looking at my models, I haven't even done Necrons yet, and I have the models capable for that. Sidetracked, but that's gonna happen. I think I'm gonna do some Necrons soon then. Maybe the next one, if I remember. Anyway, moving along, right along. We already have the mission, we have the kill zone set up. Well, we set up the objectives, then set up the terrain. That's key. Now we do a roll off to see who gets which side, since it's either here or here. Right? There's no so making sure it wasn't like quadrants like one of the other weird ones. Orks can decide if they want to be attackers or defenders. Orks are fine being the attackers because they can easily go, have the first move. It doesn't really matter to them. So, right. That's right. So the defender gets to select the drop zone. I think the sisters will choose this side. So, because I have how I have my dice set up, I'm going to do a little swappy swap. Also means the attack ops need to do a little swappy swap. There we go. Properly have whose side is whose. Got the kill team selected, got the attack ops selected, got the equipment selected. Now we set up barricades. Yeah, we have equipment set up as long as I freaking remember. I mean, the crazy thing is because it's like the pentagon from the drop zone, technically the drop zone is exactly pentagon away from the center. So it's like you could literally have, if they really wanted to, both teams could be just like, plop, there we go. Seriously, they could just be like, ding, and touching. But they're not going to do that. So first we'll start with sisters. We're actually going to think of putting one over here. Yes, that might reduce some movement, but that also means they can have someone, they can stealth up their melee units a little bit more. I mean, this is already a kind of crowded board. Honestly, I pretty much can't go to the center. That's like basically it for these things. Orks are thinking of just doing that so that way all this is light terrain, so you can easily kind of hide in this area. That's interesting. This is all light, so there's a lot of... And these are all scrambled things, so you can just kind of go wheep over these too for some melee. So that's going to be interesting. Now the other barricade. Because that's the thing is now if you have people in cover all the time, they're actually going to put one here. Main reason is now you have the ability to go here and then jump. Actually, let's see here. There. So that way it's within one of this. That way if someone's right here, next time they can climb there and still be, pretty much hidden. So they're thinking about going from, they can get someone up here hidden pretty quickly. So that's kind of cool. Thinking ahead. Trying to make sure that there's some things getting their line of sight blocked. Because light terrain, you have to be close to it to get the cover bonus. So they're going to put something back here. The Orks are going to also do something for light terrain kind of blocked. Because you can go over here, there's just... Oh, there's a little wall right there. But, you know, mostly clear. Alright, leave those things there because I'm going to still need to see that for deployment later. Barricades. I say deployment later. Deployment now. Setting up with the defender. Are the sisters of battle? Haven't really used them as much, so I should kind of do a quick review. I know the gunner has a melta. It's more of curious about the icon bearer. Okay, so they can hold things better. Okay. And could potentially help with, it can potentially even help with shooting. So I need to actually think. So basically, at this point, they can't go that high up. Really? Alright, well, this time around I'm actually going to use measuring tape from over there. Because I cannot see that well. Oh, look at that. Conceal. And you know what? Someone with a gun. Conceal. They got their cover lines from her and the gunner, so there we go. So that one can really get ready to jump up some walls. Also, technically, there's a door right here, which you can see easily on this camera. You can see these two. This one can easily run through that door and start going after the Orks. So that's already interesting. Let's see here. For the main mission objectives. Okay. Someone's got to claim these guys back here for victory points, so she'll be right here. Their bolt gun, ready to claim. And that doesn't mean they're probably going to have two operatives not really playing, but that's okay. So a lot of conceal going on right now. Because, hey, when you're melee at the beginning, you kind of have to... You're ready to run around concealed. Might as well have Melta concealed. Banner. I guess the banner does have a bolt gun too, but still. Conceal. They're not planning to necessarily murder at the beginning here. More importantly, gonna run up and make sure they can be able to do something. There we go. Now the Orks I can see a bit better. I think the bomb Squig I can't conceal, right? It cannot have a conceal order. Took me so long to find that word. Even though I just, my brain hazed right over it. Alright. See, the thing is, as much as they want to put the sniper on that, the thing with the snipers, to be able to do like 2 shots, he needs to be able to he needs 2 action points, and it takes an action point to kind of grab that ground. So he's going to be over here, concealed, since they know they're all concealed. So it's like, oh, unless they change one operative's thing to a shoot action, which yes, they can select that to do that. If they had all operatives in shooting ability, they realize these guys might not do that. Actually, oh no, he's gonna be concealed. Yeah, he doesn't even want to be shot at. Also, they're commandos. They can go from in melee to, they're allowed to charge while concealed. Alright. Let's see here. Who's gonna do what? So they have to decide which guy, unfortunately, is just gonna be sitting there holding objectives. This looks like one of them. Yeah, he's just fine, so he's going to be there to hold an objective. He will be here, ready to shoot anyone, but mostly just there holding an objective. I'm going to have to get more concealed tokens out. Thankfully, I still have more concealed. Plenty more concealed. Lastly, he might as well just be up here. He's going to have a shoot action because he's like in engaged order because, hey, you might be able to engage someone. Alright. What's the Breacha Boy's thing? He could just move through terrain, right? Oh. The terrain feature has to be no more than 1 inch thick. So he can't move through that. But he can move through these things just fine. Heck, he can move through the walls of that with no problem. So in that case, he's going to be over there. He might try to put a push over there. Comms. Sure, he'll be up front. He'll have a conceal order for now, since if he gets to go, he'll get to go over there, but he realizes he's the only one that could potentially be shot, but they have more, put enough things here that are worth shooting at. One of them will live, regardless. Also, I just realized Meltz's range is only this, so the only thing they're going to be shot at with is bolters, so who cares? Dakka. He'll have an engage order. Just out of curiosity. Just trying to see if, if it's hidden. Yeah, these terrain pieces can hide it. So it's going to go like that. Because it can hide pretty well. Boss is over here. Concealed. Alright. I almost removed a mission marker being like, yeah, I don't need that. But I was like, no, I do. You still gotta hold objectives. You can't just be like, nope. Let me just remove that objective for no good reason. Alright, scouting. What do the sisters want to do? They'll do the infiltrate because, well, yeah. The free dash at this time is not necessary. Let's see here. If they did this person, even if they got up to there, climbed up, they would be only able to get to, say, about there, and they probably wouldn't be... So this person would still require 2 actions just to get into cover, so they would want to be concealed the whole time. But if they want to get it up there now, they will definitely need the free dash, due to the fact that you have to be within 1 inch. So it's like, to be within 1, they have to move 1. So they get to be able to be up by 1 and not really stand on it. So, no, I mean, they'd be up by 1 and then they would dash. Well, yeah. Their movement phase, they can dash. Okay. So, they will indeed do infiltrate. So this person doesn't need the free dash to be able to make sure they can climb later. They'll just be spending 2 actions to be up here for next turn. But that's still useful. That's good to know. And they could do that. And the Orks, well, they can get this guy up there. You might think about trying to charge up there, but he's got a Repentia who might be coming after him. So they got their sniper who might be able to counter shoot. So what are the Orks going to do? They'll do the recon because they can free dash someone. So before they do that, I want to see who's going to have the initiative then. Oh, so sisters can decide the initiative. Sisters will actually decide Orks have the initiative. Quite simply, they want to dash. That puts him part of the terrain, so he's now there. He now has the 1 inch, so with this light terrain, he's can't be shot at. But they're doing the initiative because they want to draw out some of the Orks' movement before they move. So Orks are just gonna go right away. And just have this guy go like 1, 2, 3. It's got 2 actions, so now it can also... Yep, just dash. So it's nice and hidden. But it knows if people start going on the objective, just jump in there and go boom. Alright. Yeah, she can whip someone into a frenzy when they'll be able to just do things. So they're just gonna do it. She's gonna activate. She's gonna spend 1 command point to seize this ground because they hold the ground. Boop. They hold that objective, and then for her second action, she passes. Done. Orks are gonna do that with this guy. Seize ground. Pass. Boop. Oh. Gotta remember tac ops, and some of them probably have to be revealed. Right, Sister's one that gets after a certain event. Oh, they gotta start this one. Challenge. Reveal this in the target step of the turning point. Select one, basically one op. They're actually gonna select this sister, this Repentia, and him. She's challenging him. Since, he's there. So now the Orks know that. And I think he might be able to win that one. Orks, after that needs certain actions to happen. This one is a faction specific, so I gotta read that one. Oh, and right, Ploys happen too. Ha ha ha. Let's activate Ploys. First. Alright, they're gonna reveal their faction one. Which is At the end of any turning point, if 3 or more friendly operatives are within this of their opponent's drop zone, so as long as they cross over here with 3 or more friendly operatives, they can automatically be 1 victory point. So they might as well try to activate that now because they can start getting some people potentially really close to that. And now let's look at strategic ploys. Oh, they could perform a bunch of free dash actions for people who are in conceal orders. Like, well, still, that guy would be able to do it. Basically, that wouldn't change anything. Just having a conceal order makes it where I can basically retain a dice for them, but they're already... Oh, but that probably means I could do a covered dice and a regular dice automatically. That's actually cool, but they're going to do the... Commandos are just going to spend 1 command point for... That's literally the name of the ploy. So, operatives that are not within line of sight or have a conceal order and are more than, this from an operative, so like everyone, can immediately perform a free dash action. These ones, in line of sight. Him, I'm pretty sure, is in line of sight. Wait. Does it really say in line of sight? Line of sight is also counted by heavy terrain obscured. Well, okay, well, even for these two, the only heavy terrain that's like between some of them is this, but they're within, so line of sight, still no problem. So, it would be if these had heavy terrain bits. But anyway, some free dashes are going to happen. Free dash. Heck, this guy now has another free dash. This guy's got a free dash. Let's see here, if he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, he can get up to the door, but he wouldn't be able to engage. He can't go all the way for a he's wondering if you should go up here actually instead of dashing there. Yeah, he's going to be a bit there instead. And he can still go through the terrain, but now he has technically a climbable spot to get up here. Yes, he can go boom, boom, and if someone's right here, he can engage them. And a charge order. So, he's there. Okay, that's the Orks. Now, the Sisters, they probably can do a ploy. Man, I just love jumping in with that and forgetting the ploys. Okay. The other strategic ploys are very specific. Yeah, Sisters don't really have much to use at this time. So, they've done. All that stuff is now complete. Back to the Sisters doing things. This one will activate, seize ground, and then do that. This guy will activate, seize ground, and do that. She will move triangle, be within triangle, go 2 circles up, which means she would only have 1 circle left, so she'd be there, but then she'll use her second action to dash her way to there. She's stayed with her conceal order, so she can't shoot anything, but that means she can't be shot at, say, for the sniper going up here, and if he wanted to, he could only get to there with a charge. I don't think you could dash and charge. I think it says, for a charge, you can only do it if you haven't, Yeah, cannot do this in the same activation as a dash, fallback, or normal move. So, he can't dash up there, then charge her. So, he's up there. I mean, granted, he could get up there and shoot at her if he's got a gun. Which he might. Anyway, it's Ork's turn. He is within one. So, takes that to put him here. And then he will also dash into terrain to be hidden. And that'll be his thing. So we got some people with vantage points, and one was a sniper, so that's pretty good for the Orks. And now 1, 2, 3, and then since she has a second action, she's gonna dash to make sure she is very, very much well right there. You could tell who her target potentially is. And the Orks have to go, about that. Can they do something about that? Now if they get all the way over, until they get all the way over there, and honestly, no way you could do that. He can't even do his free dash stuff to get there. So the Orks now just decide who's going to do what. You know what? They're going to get aggressive. 1, 2, 3, because no one can be shot at. You can dash there. That's the second action. But he's already getting over their deployments to their deployment zone. She's just gonna go 1, 2, 3, dash, while being concealed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Does the signal dude already want to just go after someone? Oh, what's his melee? Probably just a, interesting. I gotta double check the scramble thing now. Does it say you can't, after you use the scramble, you can't do any other move afterwards? You just can't do it in the same action as a fall back or charge. And if it charges over, it can't do. So it can still dash afterwards. Alright. So 1 action point to scramble over that. And he could be up to 1 inch, so he's going to be there. Turns out he has the special rule, I have a plan. I've got a plan, lads. He can perform, once per turning point, it can perform a mission action for 1 less action point. Seizing that ground is 1 action point. He's going to seize the ground. Then he's going to dash. Making sure he is also within that, so they can potentially get their second thing. And she, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, since I'm realizing it's I could probably whip this one to a frenzy to go an extra full circle, but that doesn't mean crap if they're so far away. Actually, wait. It'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. So the Sister Superior is going to activate. Whip her into a frenzy, and then the Sister Superior is going to move. 1, 2, 3. So that way she's still concealed. In fact, she's not within circle, so these guys can't even shoot her. And so this one's got 1 extra action point and... Oh, wait, it adds an extra action point too? Oh, but you can't fight twice. So what's the point of having an extra action point? Well, Actually, what's the point would be to gain terrain kind of thing, to be able to hold those types of things a little bit better. They're realizing if they got like a rocket over here, they might be able to shoot at this operative because she's not in cover anymore. But this is heavy terrain, so they might not be able to get a shot off before she moves. Where is that Rokkit Boy? There he is. So you can shoot if he's moved. He does better if he hasn't. So he's going to go for it. 1, 2, 3. Can he get... No. He can't get it. So he has to pass. Heck no. He's going to... dash. Okay, he's got a plan for later. Alright, sisters. Switch her to an engage order. She does her charge move. 1, 2, 3, 4. And she gets to go 5 to get right there. For her second action, she's going to attack this guy. Well, let's see here. Do they have any other things? No, so she can't really do anything for her third action besides hold an objective better. So, we'll now use her. So she's attacking him. 4 attacks. 4s to hit. Okay. No crits, because that would be great. Really no need to spend a command point to re-roll that, she thinks, so she's not going to. Ooh, Dakka Boy only has fists. 3 attacks. Yeah, she really does not care about that. 3s to hit, and it's like, oh. He's got even a crit kind of thing, but her weapon is brutal. Which simply means the only way to parry it, right? Brutal means the guy can't parry any of those. And she's going to apply a strike immediately, which is 5 damage, which brings the guy to 5 health. So he's going to apply the critical strike. So even if he parries, as soon as she applies the next damage, he's dead. So he's going to try to kill her, or at least do massive damage. So that would be 4. Let's see here. Sisters, instead of, taking the damage, let's see here. What's the tactical ploy? And the result, successful hit of a combat or shooting when the attack dice would inflict damage. Ignore the damage from that attack dice. And that's 1 command point. 1 command point. So they'll spend a command point and ignore that damage. Because now she applies a strike and he's dead. Without losing any health. She just denied their attack ops. I just realized that 2 that he had also hit because you add 1 because someone else is there in combat with him. So he actually technically had 3 hits. It's just the problem was he couldn't parry. And he couldn't deny her ability to kill him. So he's dead. She technically has a third action, but she's not allowed to fight again. Because that's kind of annoying. Now you can't do that. So she's just there. So that's the sisters. And this guy is gonna dash, be within 1, so he's gonna use his second action to scramble and be within 1. And that's his 2 actions, but he at least also crossed the line. If that guy was still alive, they could. Granted, they have a third guy who might do the crossing of the line. And the sisters can't change that one to a gauge order. Nothing else can shoot on the Ork side. So the sisters are not at all concerned about just doing 1. That's 1 circle. 2, 3... dash. So now she can potentially shoot at some things. Now the Orks. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, it's 3. He's gonna dash this way. And now sisters will go 1 E. That's 2, 3, and dash. See how this all goes next time. As for this guy, yeah. Up his movement. So that's his full movement. He can't shoot because he's got a conceal order, but he's gonna dash to be like, hey, I'm near you. But also, he's the within. He could get that victory point for their faction. And as for her, she's gonna go 1. And that's 1 circle. 2 circles, she'll go through the building. 3 circles, she should be right in the window. And still concealed. There. Now she could pop out somewhere. Alright, so end of turn. So the Orks, let's double check the wording on their thing, but I think they got that victory point. Oh, you know what? I just realized this sister's move was bad. She will not move like that. Because she has a challenge. She has to do something else. She has to think about other things. So 1, she's now within 1. So she can go up 2, move 1, dash. Yeah. She has to go for that guy. Gotta remember the challenges. So, they're up there. This guy has some shooting for later. But now we can review the Orks thing. Once I find it's just... There we go. The end of any turning point. If 3 or more friendly operatives are within pentagon of your opponent's drop zone, you score a victory point. So they score a victory point. So they've gotten that. Now let's see here. Are there any other victory things? You reveal this at that point. Okay. Orks don't reveal anything else. Sisters. They have to reveal that later. Hey! Sisters now reveal execution. At the end of any turning point in which more enemy operatives than the friendly operatives were incapacitated. They killed one. No sisters were killed. So what do you know? At the end of the battle, so now they have to just do that for, many more turns. But hey, they at least got to reveal it. So that means if they do it again, they can get victory points. Now, the actual mission victory points. If 2 or more objective markers are claimed by your kill team, you score a victory point. That's a victory point for both teams. If more objective markers are claimed by your kill team than you're claimed by your opponent, you score a victory point. Since they claimed that one... Oh, for the claimed ground. Until an enemy operative performs this action on the objective marker is claimed by your kill team. Which simply means they are claimed until... It's not for that turning point. It's claimed until the sisters get on it and claim it again. So these two can actually get off and fight. But Orks have claimed 3, so they get a victory point. And then you get extra victory points if they're within enemy's deployment zone, but no one got that far. Okay, that's very interesting. That's very interesting. Oh yeah, I have a churn counter. Let's put it over here. Oh, these flippy flips. Oh, whoever has initiative here could be very critical. Oh yeah, both teams go up by 1 command point. Who has the initiative? Sisters. Ooh. Tactical Ploys. Orks. Let's look at this. They did right now. Oh, this guy. They did the one. They can actually dash even these guys and him, for that matter. But that's it. They'd be able to dash those 3. I'll end this thing. But no one else would be able to dash. It's not a bad idea, though. It's the shooting phase. Okay, they can get some crits going. Which might be useful against some of these Repentia. They're going to spend a command point for the one. No, they could have kept that guy alive with command points. Actually, no. Although what happened is he would have ignored the second one, been able to apply damage, and then still died. So there's really no reason for him to have spent a command point for that. Never mind. Besides, if he wanted to apply damage, but surviving was more important. So they'll do the one just because the free dash for the operatives who have been, were sitting there going, wait a minute, now I can actually do things with them. Let's move them along. Get them out of, away from things. They don't want to dash that thing just yet, so it's just going to stay there. So yeah, that's the free dash. Sisters, I forgot already what theirs were. Let's see here. Do they want to activate Emperor's Guidance? They might as well. If you retain any criticals, you can reroll one of your attack dice. Oh, but you have to roll crit to be able to reroll your attack dice. Do they want to activate it? Maybe. Nah. Let's save it for rerolls. They get to go first. Oh, God. This Flamer and Rokkit might be the more dangerous one. Let's see here. Does someone have an ability? Yeah. That's not gonna help. So instead, they're gonna switch her to an engage order. She's gonna do a charge. 1, 2, and be about there. Can she get it? Yes. And yes. So she's got both of them. She wants. And she will do a fight on this guy. So, 4 attacks, forced to hit. Ooh, crit. See, that's where then she could have re-rolled one of these if she did that. But the crit is still important. I gotta read this thing and see when that's applied. Her crit thing is only when it's applied. So this guy can parry it to avoid it. Oh, haha. The Burna Boy was given a sledgehammer. He's going to use it. It's got 4 attacks instead of 3 attacks, and it's still 3s to hit. So, 3s to hit. I need to double check how close you have to be to get the benefit of a second person in combat. Okay. Yeah, no, he gets the benefit. And he gets the benefit of the combat, so all these hit. So he's got a lot of hits. Well, she's going to automatically apply her strike with the crit immediately, which is the important part. Because the first thing is reap. Each time a friendly operative fights in combat, if you strike with a critical hit, inflict X mortal wounds on each enemy operative visible to the operative and within, basically everyone who's in engagement range. So the Burna Boy immediately takes 2. Well, I might as well apply the rest too, which is another 6. So he takes 8 wounds and goes down to 2. And as for the Rokkit Boy, I think he's also going to be originally at 10. Yep, so he goes down to 8. So the sledgehammer, it's brutal. So he can't apply anything to parry this. So he just has to apply a strike. Which the Sisters of Battle will do the smart thing and spend the command point to not take any damage from that. To ignore the damage for that. So then she can apply her next strike, which kills him. Key time to spend that. Granted, this guy can apply an attack to her, and she'll start taking damage, but that's not good for not good for them, for the Orks. See, now it gets to the Orks. Who wants to do what? Let's see here. I'm going to double check. No, he can't fit his base around that. Can he? I don't think he can charge her. Huh. Especially with this one in the way. Huh. See, the sniper can't shoot at these two. I mean, she's not within cover. Yeah. I don't think she's... Yeah, because she would have to be in... Yeah, so he could shoot at her. to try to deny the challenge, that might be a good idea. So he's actually going to switch to an engage order. Let's see here. What's his sniper ability, too? He has to do within circle within that, but it has to be valid. Well, he can do a shooting action even if they have conceal orders. So he could do her. He realizes he can't really get away from her, even with a dash or anything. Does he want to shoot at her because she can shoot at some... Honestly, she's actually not the threat. The Repentia are actually the threat. So he's just going to shoot at her. Just in one action. Point. Let's see here. Yeah, since the habit is only to shoot at 2 people. So he's just going to shoot at her. 6 shots. 3's to hit. Alright. Yeah, so the 6 does mortal wounds. 2 mortal wounds. Well, it's still a Repentia. Each time this operative would lose a wound, roll d6 on a 5-up. That wound is not lost, so she gets her 5-up. Feel no pain still. So 2 5-ups. Mortal wounds are ignored. But he still applies all these because, you know... Oh, wait. She still gets her defense, right? Yeah, she now gets her 3 defense dice. Walls forgot about that. She still gets to try to save herself with 3 6s. Yeah, she obviously was not going to make any of those because it's a 6-up save. So, 2, 4, 6. We'll roll for those 3 first with 6 dice. See how many feel no pain she can make. She blocks 2, takes 4 so far. So she's down to 3 health. Yeah, see, this is why he did this. Because now she has to take 4 more. And if she makes 2 5s here, 2 5-ups at least, she lives. They'll spend a command point to reroll 1 of these. Boom. So she only takes 2 more. Goes down to 1 health and is still alive. Command point spent well. Because they have really no other choice, they'll activate her. And then she will charge with her 1 wound. She can't really kill him. Think about it. In that amount of time. Especially because with her 4 attacks, they're now 5s to hit because of her wound. But hey, crit and a hit. Breacha Boy, let's see how well you're going to just murder her. Well, he's going to do it with the Breacha Ram. 3 attacks, 3's to hit. He gets a crit, he gets a regular. She's going to do the smart thing and apply crit damage and everything. Because that puts him down to 2 wounds because he takes the 2 mortal wounds and the 6 damage. I guess he could try to spend a command point to ignore that. Now that I think about it. He would still take the 2 mortal wounds. Yeah, the Orks will spend the command point, which says the damage is not applied. Let's see here. If the damage is not applied, does that mean it does not apply the mortal wounds as well? Since the mortal wounds are applied when the critical is applied. Let's reread. If you strike, inflict mortal wounds. So she struck, he took the mortal wounds, and then he spends the command point to not take the other, basically the damage from the other one. So he's just going to do that. And his weapon was brutal, so she couldn't even parry him unless she did that. Because at least she did some damage, because as soon as he applies any of these two, She's dead. So, challenge failed. And that shooting still kind of prevented her from being able to do much. Now back to the Ork's turn. It's like, as again, he could charge her, but she's not as dangerous. But they are still kind of keeping it up. But I think they still have to keep Orks getting over the line, though, now that I think about it. And Slasha wants to get in there, but I don't think he can get in. Oh, he can get into this combat. Screw it, he will. Since they can charge from Conceal Order. Okay, that's 1 circle, 2 circle, 3 circle, 4th circle. In the second action, he's gonna fight. You know, I've never looked at the Slasha. Let's see here. Oh, he had a climbing rope. Whatever. Okay, so if he doesn't die, he gets to do some more extra slicing and dicing. So he's going to do his twin choppas, 4 attacks, 3s to hit. Oh god, relentless. 3 crits and a regular hit. He's not going to really care much more. Sister Repentia, it's 4 attacks, 4s to hit. 2 hits, not going to spend a command point to reroll because there's not much he can do. He's going to apply one of these crits to parry, because why not? She's going to apply a strike, which is still 5, so, you know, he still goes half health, but he knows he can do some more murdering. Or, you know, he's just going to kill. Since he applies a strike, that's 5 damage. 5 ups. Holy crap. So she only takes 2. Which leaves her at 5 wounds again. And I say again, but leaves her at 5 wounds. Applies another crit. That's another 5. Another 5 ups. Saved 2, so now she's only... Yeah, so that means she's at 2. Applies a regular, which is 4. So she makes 3 5-ups here. There we go. That's the dead we were expecting. So there we go. Dead. And he doesn't do anything else now. Wow, I just realized she can't actually melt these guys unless she moves like right here. Which she might do. Oh yeah. Gotta check something. Ha! She's gonna activate. She's gonna have actually, let's double check the challenge. Yeah, has to be with that model. I forgot, since she's the model that's got a grenade in her hand, she's the one that actually has a grenade as equipment. And it's crack grenade. And she's going to throw it at the orc that's right in front of her. So, yeah, 4 attacks. 3s to hit. Well, 1 crit, unless it's lethal. Nope. So, crit, and because she got the crit, well, crit doesn't have anything special. Instead, it's already AP1, so the guy's only got 2 defense dice. Let's see here. He only has 5-up saves, so 2 5-up saves. Snake Eyes. Not going to spend a command point to reroll that because it's not going to save his ass. Because even the crit is 5 damage. And then 4, so that's 8 plus 5. That's 13 damage he just took. Just poof. And for her second action, she's just going to stay there because the only other person that can shoot at her is, well, that guy. Now back to the orcs. See, he could potentially... Well, he's going to do a charge move. Charge scramble. Puts it right there. He's wondering, can he get her technically in this? Yes. So he's now locked her up too. And he's fighting the icon bearer. Boys with his choppa. So he's got his choppa and he's going to do 4 attacks. 3s to hit. Or, get a crit and everything else. Icon bearer. Of course she's just got her gun butt. 3 attacks, usually 4 hits to hit, but because he's got her with her too, that's 3s to hit. Well, the 2s don't do anything. He's going to apply parry. So that way he can apply a crit. Oh, wow. Let's see here. There's nothing that she could do to deny this because they've already spent it to prevent her, so... She's going to take the crit. She's going to take the regular for a combined 9 damage, which is way more health than she has. And she doesn't have any kind of ability. Yep. So she's dead. And that was his 2 moves. The sisters are just going to actually activate this operative, switch her to engage order. She's going to do her charge. And she's going to attack the Snipa Boy. Go like that, so I can see that. 4 attacks, 4s to hit. There we go. Nice 3 hits. No. No crits, but that's okay. He only has his fists. 3 attacks, 3s to hit. Crit and 2 hits. She can't parry his crit, but she can apply a strike immediately, which is still 5 damage and puts him at half health. He's going to apply the crit because that's really all he can do, which would be 4. So we'll just it would be 4 damage, but she's got her thing. So she only takes 3. And she's gotten 7 wounds normally, so she's at 4 health. She applies 1 more strike, and he's dead. Alright. And she lives on. Orks. He can't even... So he might have... Well, he can move 1. And it'll be 1. Yeah, because... That would be 3, but then he can still move an extra circle if he charges. So he's just going to charge her. So he wants to kill her. He's a melee specialist. He should be able to kill her. He's got a power claw. So 4 attacks, 3s to hit. 2 hits. It's brutal, so, he might be able to do something here. 4 attacks, 4s to hit. Absolutely nothing. That's a lot of 2s. So we'll just apply both of his, which would be a total of 10. So first, let's roll the first 6 dice. Holy crap. So far she takes 2. Now I need to roll 4 more dice, and she rolls 3 5-ups. She lives. She's going to spend their final command point to re-roll one of these. She's successful. Ooh, so close. It was sitting on that 6 and then finally rolled over. Alright, now she's dead. Sisters have been going at it for quite some time here. Now it's the sisters' turn. She's going to activate and charge. And of course, switch to engage order. She's a melee. Sister Superior. Actually, correction. She's going to first... No, how many action points does she have? Only 2. So, yes, she will charge. She had 3. She would be able to attack, then charge. Actually, she's going to activate. And she's just going to attack. It's still smarter to just attack, because her range is this. Actually, no. Her range is this, but she's still got the range. And the attack, her range attack is the exact same as her melee attack. So why bother putting herself at risk? 5 attacks, 3s to hit. 3 hits, lethal 5 up, so those 2 are crits. It's a regular. And no AP or anything, but Slasha Boy, I mean, it's a Slasha Boy. Why would she want to be in his melee? She can charge him if he lives. You know, that's the thing. She can charge if he lives. Otherwise, there's no need to. So he's got a defense dice of 3, since 3 5-ups. He makes 0 saves, so why bother? Because these 3 are enough to kill him. So now he's dead. So much has died this phase. And she stays there because there's no need for her to do anything else. Orks. He's gonna start moving up. So that's 1 circle, 2 circles, 3. Oh, let's see here. What's he got? He's just a regular old boy at this point. He has a pistol that's got a range of this, so there's 0 reason for him to switch to an engage order, so he's going to stay in his conceal. Oh, for a second action, dash, just to be in cover. For the sisters, yeah, since he's got that ability where she doesn't know if she wants to fall back. Well, this guy has some problems there. The bomb squig could do some damage, so she knows about that. Can you scramble fall back? No, it's just a charge and normal move. So it's not a fall back that you do with it. No, she's wondering if she shot at him, would she be able to do much? She might be able to plank some health, so she's going to switch to an engage order and just fire her bolt gun into him because she could see him. So 4 attacks, 3s to hit. Yeah, she could do it because, well, covers part of this, which is the light terrain, which she does get the cover from, so she can't actually shoot him. So she will not activate, and she will not go to that because, honestly, it all really matters to this guy and what she does. She's going to spend her 2 action points to fall back because at that point, she might as well. And fall back, wow, I haven't done a fall back in like forever. Because I can't remember how much you can move for that. It's just a normal move, so you can move your full movement. She's going to stick with the conceal order. 1, 2, kind of 3 there. And stay concealed. Now, Ork's turn. I'm wondering if they want this guy to fall back, since they know he could potentially kill her in melee, and that would be better. It's not like... Well, let's see here. It's not within the 1, so it can't... This thing can't scramble charge to her to get into... to explode on her, so they can't use the bomb squig just yet. And if it just... Well, it could go like... It could potentially get it in there, so... Yeah, he'll do a fall back out action as well. But he's only falling back that distance. And that was his 2 action points. Alright. She's now going to activate. Move to this window. Switch to engage order. She's going to fire a bolt gun into that guy. That guy, out in the open, definitely got shots on him. 4 shots, 3's to hit. 2 regulars. He gets 3 defense dice as a boy. 3 5-up saves. Can he make them? He makes 2 saves, so he's good. That's her action. Bomb Squig is doing a charge move, so 1, 2... Oh, you have to go over the train for that. Never mind. He can't do that. And he's not within 1 of that, so... Bomb Squig will move right there. To try to do that next turn. So he's just there. Now sisters, activate her. And she's actually going to go 1, 2, 3. No. 1, 2. That's the 3rd one. She has an engage order this time around. Good. She doesn't get... Yeah, doesn't cross this, so she's going to fire into him. I'm just going to flip it like that, because as soon as she's done shooting, it's 4 shots, 3's dead. 3 hits. So this guy needs 3 5-up saves now. So now she's expecting to potentially kill him. They already spent the command point to ignore damage. They spent a command point to reroll one of these. Let's see here. He's not going to bother. Reason is, you apply these 3. It's still 9 wounds. But he's still alive. And that's what he really wants, is to be alive. To help deny things. Because if we now check end of round things here in a moment. So, end of turn. Since the sisters have been doing execution, this round both teams killed 4 models. If they had managed to kill that particular orc, that was the one that they needed to kill to be able to get execution, but they didn't. But orcs do not have their faction tac op. They have not activated any of their other tac ops. The sisters have not activated their other tac op. So now it just goes down to mission objectives, where if you hold 2, at least 2, you gain a victory point. So the sisters are at 2. They're at 4, but then they also gain an extra because they have the center one. So Orks are winning pretty significantly right now. Turn 3. Who's got the initiative? Oh yeah, command points go up by 1, so sisters are at 1 command point, Orks are at 2. Sisters still have the initiative. So the initiative sisters are not going to spend any tac ops. Orks don't really have any good tac ops to apply either. So we just go straight into it. The sisters are going to activate her first, and she's just going to charge. Boop. Because even if you do a scramble charge or anything, she's there. And she's going to fight that guy. So 4 attacks to this guy. Forced to hit. 1 hit. Spend a command point to reroll one of these. And gets a crit. As for the Rokkit Boy, he only has fists. 3 attacks. 2's to hit because this guy provides some benefit. So he gets 3 hits. She applies a crit immediately. Because 2 mortal wounds apply to this guy and this guy. So he's now down to 8 because he's just a regular boy, and I'm pretty sure he also has 10 wounds. Yep. But now, it now applies 6 damage, which kills this guy. Now, because execution, they have to actually count up who died this turn phase. So far, sisters could potentially get their execution again. So he is sliced up. Now they have to wonder, do they want to send a bomb squig into all this? Also, what does he want? Yeah, this is Orks now. Oh my god. Even though well, okay. He's gonna, let's see, if he did drop down, he could drop down to there and then go 1 extra and be there, even if he was charging, so that's useless. But he can move over here, switch to a shooting order, and fire his slugga at her, just to drive. Because it's not like she can shoot at him. So he fires his slugga. He's got to try something. 4 attacks. 4 is to hit. Not bad for an orc. 3 hits. No crits, no nothing. She's got 3 defense dice, right? Yep. She still gets a defense of 3, so she'll automatically retain one of them because she is in cover. Yep, this thing passes across, so she's got it. And they've already spent their command point to reroll, so those 2 have to go through. She blocks those 2, and she takes 2 of these, which are 3 each, so she takes 6. Which puts her at 3 health. Good thing she auto-retained one of them. Yeah, she doesn't have anything else to avoid any of that, so there she goes. Whee! Almost dead from all that. Oh, yes. They're gonna do the smart thing, activate her into a shooting attack. And that's 1 circle. 2 circle. Stop bumping things. And that's 3rd circle. Meltagun time. You know, it's like, I see you. Terrain does cover past that, so he does get cover from her. Like, that will really help. Let's see here. Where is that? There we go. Meltagun, 4 attacks. 3s to hit. Crit, regular, miss. Yeah, that's going to be good. He only has 1 dice because it's AP2. And he usually has 3. So he can auto-retain 1 of these to block. So he'll block that one, since that's all he can really do. So that's still probably going to keep him alive, though, because he takes immediately 4 mortal wounds, which would put him at 9. And then he takes 3 more. So he goes down to 6 health from his 13. Yeah, because he basically just took 7 from her Melta. So she did her best. Unfortunately, it could have been better. This guy is going to activate. And he's going to switch to an engage order. Shoot at her. He's got a shotgun pistol. 6 attacks. 5s to hit because he is injured as hell. 1 crit. 1 regular. The crit actually applies 2 mortal wounds, so she just takes that. And then, I think the stun, let's see here. Does stun apply when you actually apply it? Okay, she's gonna have to subtract 1 from her APL from this attack. So that's still very useful. It's just now she gets her 3 ups to defend against these attacks. She blocks 2 of them. Oh wait, no. She blocks. Yeah, she could take these 2 to block that one, which, doesn't really do much because the crit still goes through. And then this one goes through. She can't block that, so she takes it and dies. And now the Orks get to activate Headhunter. You score 1 victory point for killing the enemy leader. It was not the first or second turning point, so they don't get the second victory point, but they at least got 1 for killing the enemy leader. And now the sisters can go. She's actually going to shoot at the Squig. She could see it, so she's going to fire at it. I forgot. She's up here. She can see him. She's got that height. So, bolt gun. 4 attacks, 3s to hit. Cool, that's some good shooting. Bomb Squig. Okay, I was just verifying if a Bomb Squig could get cover. It does. Defense dice of 3. It will auto-retain 1 of these. It's still classified as a normal save. You can't auto-retain as a critical. So it's got to roll 2 more dice. Snake Eyes. So I can block a regular. But it's still going to take, from a bolt gun, a crit and a regular, which is 7 damage. Which is enough to kill it. I need to read its Bomb Squig thing because it's going to go boom. It's just anything within engagement range. This guy is thankfully not, so it just goes boom. And does not even hurt that guy. So they just basically prevented that Repentia from getting messed up. And she's done. Orks only have this guy. Their only hope of preventing Repentia from getting execution this phase, really to just try to attack her. He worries about, since he could do a fallback, which he's thinking of doing. Granted, if he falls back, she's just going to attack him next turn and just keep on him. So, and then she'll get to fight first. So he will do the smart thing and attack her. So the boy has got his choppa. It's still a choppa, so 4 attacks, 3s to hit. He's got a crit and a regular. Now the Repentia attacks back with her 4 attacks, 4s to hit. Yeah. He's going to do the smart thing and parry, use his crit to parry that because it's brutal, so he can only parry with the crit, so he at least did that. And then he applies the regular, which is still a choppa of 4. So now she does her 4 5-up feel no pains, makes it, and takes only 3 damage, and ends up with 4 health left. Which is significant. That's more than half, so she's still going to be not wounded. She's not injured, so he's done. She's going to activate and shoot that orc. 4 attacks, 3s to hit. Oh my. At this point, it doesn't matter what defense dice he rolls, because if he rolls 3 passes, one of them still goes through, and that's enough to kill him. So that orc is dead. Overwatch. He will actually overwatch into her, because he might as well try. 4 attacks. 5s to hit because of Overwatch. 6s to hit because he's injured as well. Haha. Nothing. Yeah, he's injured, so the Overwatch has happened. Let's see here. If she dashes to here, she's within 1 of that. Can you scramble after and still... Yeah, can you scramble in the same activation that you dash? Yes, she can. So she will scramble. Oh yeah, no, she'll keep her engage order. No. Conceal order, because she's the last operative to go. So she's just conceal order, because that was 2 actions to get on top of the objective. Now, does she have any... Oh, they have no command points, so it's not like they could spend a command point to suddenly make her be able to do something for free. So she can't take this objective this turn. So the orcs still have it. However, now we go on to end of turn. They're still going to try. They might be able to get a victory. The orcs are probably still going to win it purely by how long they've had the center objective. Yeah, Sisters never put anyone in there because whoever was going in there was going to die, so it's kind of problematic. So Sisters get execution. They got it this time around. They have 1 objective, so they... Or 2 objectives, so they get 1 there. Orcs have 1 objective plus the center objective still, so they're at 8. Yeah. I'm pretty positive it just says if your objective has been... Yep. It just says claimed, not if you currently control it. So they've claimed it, so they're at 8. Yeah, they have 4 more than that, so this is going to be real rough for the Sisters. However, now we go on to... Everyone gets 1 command point. We go to the beginning of the next phase. The final phase. And we're going to just get rid of the phase dice. Initiative can determine a lot. It's a tie, so it goes to the Orks. Yeah. He's just going to dash over here. He's going to switch to a conceal order and dash over here. Make it nearly impossible to shoot him. Sisters We'll activate the Repentia. And she will, first, just fight this guy immediately. Basically, she needs to roll at least one critical. Okay, technically, I would reveal attack ops or, to command point things, but there's really no strategic thing to do. So, Sisters will attack with the 4 attacks. So, she's got 2 hits because she's not half health yet, so that's good. The boy gets to attack back with his choppa, 4 attacks, 3s to hit. He's got 1 crit and a regular. Ooh, this is annoying for her. She's gonna apply a regular immediately. Well, yeah, she's going to apply a regular immediately. So it does 5 right now, which puts him at 3 left. And now, since he can only use crits to parry, he's going to use a crit. Well, no. Does he want to take that chance? Oh, wait. A regular is 4 health, so yes, he will take. He doesn't have to take that chance. So he's going to block that with his crit, and then apply a regular strike. This regular strike is 4. So if she rolls any 5s here, she lives. Or she rolls 3 5s, and only takes 1 wound. She could have easily spent a command point to ignore that, but bam, she's there. That's her second action, but doesn't have much he can do. For Orks, he's going to fight. He might as well try to kill her because he can make it so that way their execution might not happen again. So 4 attacks. For him, it's now 4s to hit because he is injured. Oh, look at that. 2 crits and a regular. She's got 4 attacks. 5s to hit because she's injured. She's got 1 hit. He's going to parry that immediately. And then apply a critical. Because the critical is 5 damage. And that's way more 5-up saves she has to roll. Oh, but she... Actually, why would she roll this? Because she would still have to roll on this one. So there's no point in spending the command points to try to survive that. So she'll just die. So I was just kind of like, shouldn't she just, spend the command points to not do that? So that has happened. And that was his fight. He was still in conceal. They need 3 operatives to do their faction thing. She's concealed, so he can't shoot at her. Well, if he's switched to an engage order, he would have been able to. But either way, he's just gonna stay there concealed. Yeah, she can't do much. What she can do is activate first action point. She's going to seize the ground. So it's finally theirs. She's going to do the still stay concealed and go 1, 2, 3. There's no way she can make it there by 1, 2, 3. There's no way anyone's going to make it, so that the Orks probably have this. Oh yeah, she's going to activate and just shoot into him, because vantage point, so 4 attacks. 3s to hit. 3 hits. He's going to auto-retain one of them. And roll 2 more defense dice, so he needs 2 more 5-ups. Failed one. gonna actually spend a command point to reroll one of those because he wants to pass one of them. Oh, he failed. So you can only block 2. Takes the one that will kill him, and that will deny. And it turns out the execution that the Orks had, because the Orks were currently winning on model kills, but that's it. So she has tried her best. Yeah, unless she can get up there, there's no way she can shoot him. And then she's now technically there, and it's like, you can move up too. It's not like you could dash and charge. But she can complete her movement by dashing up here. So she's completed her movement to dash up here. That's her last action. Unless there's a thing to give you a third action as a final... Unless sisters have something to... tactical ploy that can help here, but I really don't think so. No, they could have done the whole... When a Sister Repentia dies, they can do one attack before their... one extra attack. But that's it. So she's just there. And she's passing, and that's all she could do. So, end of turn. Sisters still don't have execution. They never got headhunter, so no extra attack op points. Orks no extra attack op points because the sisters denied that in the end. They both gain one command point from holding at least 2, and then the sisters gain 1 extra because they hold the center. But because the Orks held on to that center for so long, they win by 3. And because they kept this guy alive. Even if the sisters had killed him, they wouldn't have done much. That was remarkably balanced. That was actually really cool. The Orks and Sisters, that was a good battle. I liked that one. Thank you very much for watching, and have a fabulous day, everybody.